What's going on, everybody? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class 04 Ratchet. Now, this version of Ratchet is a Deluxe Class version, and it is very, very similar to the Deluxe Class version that we got in Dark of the Moon. It's also the same height. I know that because I saw it on Twitter. I don't have the figure anywhere, or the deluxe class figure from Dark of the Moon anywhere near me, so I can't really show you. The only real major differences is, other than some of the molding, the backpack is completely different. The transformation is exactly the same. Now, my figure does have a little bit of looseness in the ball joints here in the hips and in the feet. Nothing a little bit of pledge won't work. It's nowhere near as bad as Bumblebee. Ratchet comes with this Destructo disc or buzzsaw that can be mounted on either of the arms on the outside of the forearms, or he can just hold it like that. It's like he's got the most deadly pizza cutter in the world. That's just kind of weird. I would have preferred a gun, but none of the figures except Bumblebee have a gun. Well, I guess you could count Stinger as having a gun because he's got that this weird cannon on his arm. But is that really a gun or a way to shuck muscles? Ratchet has some pretty darn good poseability. Ball joint in the ankle, hinge at the knee, thigh swivel, ball joint at the hip, torso articulation, swivel at the head, a series of hinges at the shoulder, ball joint just underneath that, hinge for the elbow, and the hands don't move though. The hands can't move. But the one killer feature is the rack that's at the top of his vehicle mode. This piece here acts as a third leg, so you can pull off some really interesting poses and just have him rest on the top of that rack. So that is actually a plus in my book. Face and head sculpt are pretty good. Would like to see more paint to define the face better. Again, with the limited amount of paint we have on these studio figures, it's really hard to get the really Cybertronian look to come out quite right when, the entire face is the same color, or I should say the entire head is the same color. Now, one thing I do want to show you is that the figure came completely mistransformed out of the box. So the shoulders were completely messed up out of the box. So here on this shoulder on your left, this is how the figure was packaged. So you just need to turn the shoulder out, flip it out, and then peg it into place. So, let's go ahead and get in the transformation. Now, if you have that original red Ratchet from Dark of the Moon, this is virtually the same transformation. There's very little difference here. To start off with, we're going to come down to the feet, take the feet, point them down straight, and then turn them 180 degrees so the tops of the toes are pointing towards each other. Then come and fold them back along the top of the robot modes, back of the legs, and then come to the backpack, unfold it, flip it forward, and snap it into place, and then flip out the back, and then the lower legs will fold up into the back of the vehicle mode like this. And then all of this will combine and connect, and I'm missing something. I know I am, but I don't know what. Oh, whoops, I've got to fold these in so that the bottom of the feet are touching. And then fold these panels out that are at the shins, and then just line everything up and peg them into place. Just a word of warning, these pieces have a tendency to pop out pretty easily. So don't get too frustrated if things just pop out of place randomly. So now that we've got this weird kind of Gerwalkish mode going, come to the arms, fold the shoulders all the way out, grab the torso and unpeg it, take the entire chest section, turn it 180 degrees, and then grab the front grille and turn that 180 degrees. Then with the shoulders folded all the way out, take the tires and rotate them in 90 degrees so that the little lights on the top of the tires are pointing to the inside. Take the arms, turn them back along their elbows, and then flip that whole side section in and peg it into place. One thing to be aware of is that the bumper grill, or I'm not sure what this whole section would be called, the mesh section here in the front that would actually be metal, you need to kind of pull it out of the way in order to get the arm to peg in and come inside. So we do the same thing on the other side. I guess you could just kind of get that in there like that, peg it into place, fold in these panels, and these side panels that are connected to the back of the legs, they don't stay pegged in vehicle mode at all, so you just kind of have to ignore them. And then finally, you can attach the saw blade of saving, or the bisecting saw blade of saving, to the top of the back, like some kind of creepy H.R. Geiger satellite dish. And there we go! It still feels small. Like, here's Titan's Returns Chrome Dome. That alt mode is tiny. I mean, this little alt mode feels real tiny, but it works. It works as an ambulance. Only real complaint, other than obviously the panels not sticking in, is I could totally see the hands here in this mode, but you had that problem with the original mold as well, so not really that big a deal. Overall, Studio Series Ratchet is pretty darn decent. It's definitely one of the ones worth picking up, along with Stinger. I like it. I honestly do. Is it perfect? No. But I still like it. It totally does not deserve the hammer. So gang, I hope you have enjoyed this video review. As always, I am Baltmatrix, asking you to let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that like button, and give me a subscription if you love the video. I'm Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.